The last time we talked, you had told me that there was a better way to make the carbon-free nuclear energy that we need.
Yes, there is. It is based on thorium, which is the 90th element on the periodic table. When thorium is struck by a neutron, it becomes a superfuel called uranium-233.
Why is uranium-233 a superfuel?
Because uranium-233 will release amazing amounts of energy when it undergoes nuclear fission. It is also self-sustaining, as it will release enough additional neutrons to make its own replacement uranium-233 from thorium.
So the energy comes from thorium and the uranium-233 releases it?
Correct.
Can we get enough thorium? Is it rare or hard to get?
No, thorium is 3 times more common than uranium in the Earth's crust. It is presently an unwanted byproduct of mining for other elements. So using thorium for energy would simply be putting something otherwise discarded to use.
Why can't we just make reactors out of thorium?
Because thorium all by itself will never produce energy. That is why uranium-233 is a superfuel. It is the key to releasing the energy of thorium.
And what you are saying is that uranium-233 will make more of itself even as we use it?
Yes, and the United States is the only country that has appreciable amounts of uranium-233.
Is the United States using uranium-233 as a superfuel?
No, the Department of Energy is trying to permanently destroy it.
How would they do that?
By downblending it with depleted uranium, which is almost pure uranium-238.
How will that destroy it?
The superfuel will no longer be able to make enough of itself from thorium to sustain the production of energy, because the uranium-238 will absorb many of those neutrons and make plutonium instead.
That sounds awful. Why does the Department of Energy always seem to be trying to do the wrong thing?
I don't know. They are destroying uranium-233 even as they are telling Congress that they must have billions of dollars to make enriched uranium.
That literally makes no sense. Is anyone trying to change their course?
Yes. 15 congressional representatives sent the Secretary of Energy a letter in December 2020 telling her to stop trying to destroy the uranium-233.
What did she do?
She ignored the request and told the congressman that she was going to keep destroying it. Then a senator from Alabama introduced a bill to stop the downblending of uranium-233 and to preserve it for thorium reactors.
What has happened to the bill?
It appears to be stuck in committee.
Why does the Department of Energy seem so determined to destroy superfuel?
It embarrasses them. If they preserve superfuel, then the next step will be to actually use it in a thorium reactor. And when that thorium reactor then operates more safely and economically and efficiently than any uranium reactor ever has, it will expose how grossly they have mismanaged the hundreds of billions of dollars that they have received from federal appropriations over the last 40 years. Congress will be up in arms over the mismanagement and will likely move to dissolve the Department of Energy. So it's much easier for them to try to destroy superfuel right now than to take the risk that will accomplish all those things.
That is terrible. It sounds like the Department of Energy is on a path to do exactly the opposite of what it is supposed to do. I remember what you told me about enriched uranium.
Yes, their actions on enriched uranium are just as insane. But when you are asking Congress for billions of dollars to replace Russian uranium enrichment capabilities, it would be a very bad time to point out that there is a way to have a much better outcome for a tiny fraction of the price.
All of these things make me feel very powerless against a huge government bureaucracy that seems determined to destroy America's best option for future clean energy. Is there anything I could do?
You could contact your senators and ask them to support the bill to preserve the U.S. supply of uranium-233.
What is that bill called?
It is called the Thorium Energy Security Act, Senate Bill 4242.
Thank you for telling me all this. That is just what I will do. Goodbye.
Goodbye for now.